cmpradio.net. It's the station.
cmpradio.net, man. This is Uncomfortable Conversations, and I want to say welcome. How you doing, Drea?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You good? I'm good. Yeah, absolutely.
We good up in here?
Absolutely. Welcome to Uncomfortable Conversations, where we say the quiet stuff out loud so the healing can actually start. We say the things that, upset other people. Last week we had a great topic going on.
Yeah, it was a little heated. We went off topic.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for us to go off topic, right? We were talking about can an emotionally stable broke man still lead, right? And it ended up being about
everything we talked about.
It turned into a gender war.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And listen, I understand, right? I get it, right? Because every other podcast, that's what happens. We don't do that.
No, we don't.
Right?
I love that for us, that we can talk.
And the reason we don't do it is because I don't take anything personal. I've been called every name in the book. I got the book. You want to see it? I've been called every name in the book, and I don't really take it personal. Right? That's how you feel. I can't help how you feel. You feel me? So,
Do you think it's kind of made you numb when people take personal attacks at you, I've been here before?
No, I'm not numb to it. It does sting a little.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It does have me think about, okay, was I wrong? That's afterwards. Mm-hmm. I've had so many arguments where they don't come. Well, you have to walk away from an argument, break down the argument, think about the argument, think about what you said, think about what another person said, and then weigh the facts. Sometimes to weigh the facts, you need another person.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
Sometimes you need a little mediator sometimes.
You need a mediator. So you get a mediator, you talk, and then you're like, you know what? I was wrong. I see where I was wrong. I didn't hear it at the time, but I could have been. You feel me? And I go back and I apologize. Now, when you go back and you apologize, you always got to go to somebody. But I found the truth. I told you it was the truth. No, you were wrong too in your delivery. That's what caused me to be wrong, because I wasn't trying to hear what you had to deliver because you were yelling at me. So, I think that's the one thing.
I want to say something real quick.
Go ahead.
I love the fact that, sometimes, it's just when me and you have certain conversations, you'll, process it for a little bit, then you'll come back and be like, Drea, I understand your perspective, or no, Drea, I don't agree. Right. You just don't always spit off the dome and be like, you'll actually sit with it, think about it, then come back and say, hey, this is what I think, or, thank you for your perspective. I appreciate that. You always give good feedback.
Thank you. That's active listening, right? Mm-hmm. Tonight is not about bashing men. It's not about bashing women. It's about asking a hard question. How do we go from partners to opponents? Somewhere between the trauma, the bills, the experience, the expectations, and all the social media noise, relationships stopped feeling like home and started feeling like a battleground.
Wow.
So tonight, we're not doing men versus women. We're talking men and women. How we lead, how we love, how we listen, how we heal. And if you've ever felt tired, like I do, of the gender wars, right? Tired of pretending or tired of fighting the person that you're supposed to be building with, this conversation is for you. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. This is Uncomfortable Conversations with Drea B and Uncle P. Drea, how you feeling?
I'm good. I am so looking forward to the last day of school, which is June 12th.
What?
Counting down.
What?
Kids' last day is June 11th, so, I'm just kind of on cruise control right now.
You can't be on cruise control. Now is the time when you got to be up in the kids' face and making sure you know what they're doing this summer, making sure they understand the goal is to come back next year without any new beefs, without any new drama, and with some expectations on their grades for next year. I think at the end of the school year, everybody wants to say, all right, we're winding down, right? But as the adults, we should be winding up because we know what the summer brings.
I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
Right,
so with that being said, we have intervention days. Like today we did it for 10th graders. So any kids that are like behind or like missing work, we got together, our team, and like I had to check certain things like, okay, this person's missing this assignment. They need to do this. So we are doing that for the rest of the week. We have a lot of fun activities. I mean, I'm ready for school to be over, but we have a lot of things planned for the, till the end.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So awesome, man. Well, that's any teacher, that's any person in the school. You should be challenging the kids to come back next year, right? Read a book over the summer. You know what I mean? They used to get that. They don't even get that no more in school. You feel me? The kids be like, oh, I'm done. No, you're not. No, you're not. Education never stops. That's what my dad used to tell me.
It doesn't.
The moment you feel like education stops, guess what? You die.
You can never.
You feel me?
To learn something.
So never. But read. Yo, Q. Ish, how you feeling? To everybody that's joined in on this podcast, man, just say hello to the family. Let us know you're in here so we can give you a shout out. And let's go, man. Let's go.
Let's get to it.
Segment 1, what happened to partnership? So in the last episode, we kind of talked about my mother.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, we got a little deep.
Yeah. And you thought I was scapegoating or giving my mom a free pass, giving her grace.
Yeah.
And I was saying no.
Yes.
That was not her job.
Yes, I remember
Right?
that. Mm-hmm.
There are people that believe that a woman's job is her job and that's it. Right? There are people that believe that a woman's job could be everything. I can do everything. Right? If I wash the dishes, if I cook the food, I wash the dishes, I take out the trash. I can do that because I've done it before. But then there's a man, and nobody questions the man about what his job is. You understand what I'm saying? Like, his job is to do this and do that this well and get it done. Nobody says it's okay. Nobody says, oh, no, you couldn't get it done. Don't worry about it. Right? There's no excuses for him. But we feel like the women and the men are fighting left and right because is it that the women want to be categorized like the men where they have to do something? Or had they just been forgiven for so long, right, to the point where now they're just like, fuck, it don't matter.
I have so much to say.
Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
On this podcast, I've talked about like patterns, interrupting patterns. So the thing is, sometimes we repeat things because that's all we know. That's what we've seen. And we've seen it for generations and generations and generations. And it may not have worked for generations and generations. But because it was a norm for the fam, we're going to keep it in the fam, whether it work or not. That's why a lot of people be stuck. So with that being said, I feel like just because something is a pattern, it's generational, well, my mom didn't work, she just stayed home with the kids, and that's what my mom did, so I'm going to do the same thing. If it works for you, it works for your family, by all means, have at it. But don't stay stuck in something just because that is the norm. You have to be okay with interrupting patterns. And that's the thing. We have this programming like, this is supposed to be this way. This is supposed to be this way. Is it really supposed to be that way? Or that's all you know because of what you've seen? So it's like we have to sometimes unlearn things and sometimes we have to learn things. But it's about what fits good for Pierre? What fits good for Pierre's children? Like how I was reared. Would I want to rear my children the same way I was reared? Like, that's important. And I understand gender roles and how they can be important. But let's remember that just because it's being done this way, it doesn't mean that it's right. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that that's what was done. And that's the thing. That's why we be arguing sometimes, like, men are supposed to do this, women are supposed to do this. Like, okay, for example, I'm a woman and I don't have children. You know how many people have said, based off the Bible, right? And I'm a believer. I believe in Jesus Christ. You're supposed to procreate. You're supposed to have children. Does that make me any less of a woman because I chose not to have children? I'm going to say no. But if we're going by societal standards, girl, you 43, you ain't got no babies? That is so out of order. But that wasn't the cards for me. Now, if I was just like, it's expected because everybody has kids around me to have a baby.
Were you scared?
If
Yes
I'm
or
being
no?
honest,
Yes or
there
no?
was some fear, of course.
There is some fear. It's not war.
Was.
There is some fear. Now it's fear. Now it's real fear. 43. Right? Now it's I could die giving birth or the child could come out. You feel me? Like, so now it's real fear. Before it was imaginary fear.
It was fear. No, it was real fear then, and
It was fear based off what you saw. But you just said things could be different.
things could be different.
How the fuck can you say things could be different but not believe that things could be different?
So, do we want to really unpack that?
Not really.
Okay,
That's a different show.
Because
That's a different
yeah,
show.
yeah.
That's
Because
a
it get
different
deep.
show.
It can
I
get
know.
deep.
I know it gets very deep. You feel me? That's a different show. But still, like that. That's the thing, right? There are so many men in society today that just want to partner and be with their woman.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many women that have so many, I'm gonna say, lofty, not high, lofty standards. You need
Lofty.
to get, yes,
Lofty. I've
yes.
never heard it used like that. Lofty?
Lofty standards
Okay.
because you're in a loft. You have to be to think that a man is going to be able to pay all your bills and take care of him at the same time, and you're not doing anything. You feel me? And then you have those that are doing major things. And people ask me all the time, could you be in a relationship with somebody that made more money than you? Absolutely, because it's not about the money.
Mm-hmm.
As long as she's not trying to control me with her money,
Right.
right, and tell me what to do,
Right.
I don't have. We love each other. It doesn't matter how much money you make. I could be in a relationship with somebody. I can, but can women be in a relationship with somebody that makes less than them?
Absolutely.
Be in a relationship with somebody that don't have no job? I done dated chicks that didn't have no job.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, let me finish.
Okay.
Right? I done dated chicks that had the greatest job, got paid great money.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, so who's being picky here? And it's the women. And then the women are yelling and we're fussing and we're yelling. I don't want to stay in my role. You just want me pregnant and barefoot. No, I don't just want you pregnant and barefoot. I feel, and this is how I feel.
I'm glad you said I feel.
That
Use the I word.
that the nuclear family was destroyed by the women. Now,
Okay, break it down. I want to hear this.
for years, for eons, for centuries, men have always had another place to go. I don't know of too many men that can be loyal to the soil and not cheat. And it's because there are women on the other side who are the same way. Loose, fitting, easy. You feel me? Like, so these things, we sit here and say, oh, no, it's not, that's not fair. That's not how it's supposed, but that is how it goes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
if the wall has tacks on it and thorns on it, I can't throw a ball off of it. But if the wall don't have that on it, I could throw. So we need the women to be a little bit more, I guess, choosy and not choose to play around with, you feel me, different. But I digress because I'm a little upset at A.J. Brown right now, and that's why I'm thinking about that. Like, he got a massage therapist that was messing with another player, and he got mad at the player for huh? Like, just because you're sticking inside of her and she's letting somebody else stick inside of her, then you get, and that's just how quick things just dissolve. It's usually over a woman out here when men are shooting each other. The woman decided to mess with two men. The other man don't like it, so he goes and shoots him.
You're absolutely have some validity to what you're saying.
Right.
However, but then
However.
I was going to say however. What about like the quality of women? Because if it's like, okay,
every quality of women, every high quality, short quality, low quality, big quality, fat quality, every quality of woman does the same thing. Just like every quality of man does the same thing. You got pastors in churches that cheated.
There's always
you have pastors in churches that cheat. You had the president of the United States cheat. You got bums on the street cheating. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah.
So if we're judging, we're saying that everybody is on the table. Everything is on the table.
Let's be clear. Everyone has the potential to cheat. Everyone. There's no one's exempt. Everyone has the potential, but that doesn't mean everyone does.
You know who gave you that potential?
Who?
God. He gave you free will.
Mm-hmm.
You can do whatever you want to do.
Right.
So what's the problem? If God gave you free will, who am I to be mad at your free will?
Because it's a matter of discipline. Discipline.
Whose discipline?
Your discipline.
Whose discipline? Maybe that's my discipline. Maybe that's her discipline. Again, we're talking about gender roles. We're not talking about cheating. I was just thinking about A.J. Brown. It took me on a road.
All right.
What's not true, Tracy? Come on, you got to talk. You can't just give me comments. You got to talk. I got to know what's not true. Not all women cheat. Not all men cheat.
Right.
When I talk, I don't talk in absolutes. I'm talking in the 70% of people that do cheat.
Wait, did you just
the 70? How high are the divorce rates? Right? Give me the statistics. Let's talk about why. Why does it not work? It's not all financials. It's because man was cheating or a woman was cheating. Somebody was cheating.
It could not necessarily be infidelity. It could be not finances. It could be incompatibility.
Okay, let's look at the divorces that have happened over the last 5 years. Why did they get a divorce? They was cheating. Bang. So the ones that are out there, public.
I know plenty of divorces.
The ones that are out there.
That were no cheating. It was just.
Who said it wasn't no cheating? Your friend that divorced her husband said it wasn't no cheating because she don't want nobody to know that he was, or they don't want nobody to know that she was. I asked you this question a couple weeks ago. We were talking about your friend at your wedding. Would you tell?
Yeah, I remember that question.
I said
would not.
I know you wouldn't.
I would not. I'm not getting.
I know you wouldn't. Loyalty and discipline is a choice. Cheating is a choice. I'm not saying cheating is not a choice. I didn't say cheating was something that I said 70%. That's still everybody. You get a 70 on your test, do you pass or fail? You get a 70 for your grade, do you pass or fail?
Pass.
So what's that? That's everybody. You got enough of them right to pass. So you
Come
win.
on, Pierre.
Hey man, listen. 70% of all marriages end in divorce.
Damn, that's a huge number.
So why get married? So you got to figure out what is that 30% doing? That 30% is being honest. That 30% is having conversations. That 30% is sitting at the dinner table and talking about what's about to happen. That 30% allows her husband to come home from work and allows him to unpack his bag. That 30% talks. That 30% communicates. It's only 30%? Damn, that's crazy.
Does that make you feel like, damn, is it worth marriage?
It is worth marriage to the right person. So you gotta choose there too. It's always a choice.
Yeah.
So we're talking about gender roles. What is the issue? What is the problem? Men and women competing instead of collaborating. Do you think that that's a reason why we compete because women are hurt, or because men are hurt?
I think sometimes it's women hurt, sometimes men are hurt.
What are men hurt for?
You're a man, you tell me. Because you always say I can't speak. You be like, you're not a man.
I'm by your observation.
What are men?
Your keen observation. What
What
would
are
men
men
be
hurt
What
for?
would men be hurt about?
It's a lot of things men could be hurt about. The economy, how things are getting higher, but the opportunities for advancement, is slumming some career fields. You have, generational trauma. You have having to provide, having to protect, having to be the strong one. But if you're too hard, then you're
Who's too hard? If the woman's too hard?
If the man is too hard. So this is the thing.
Don't you want your man to be hard? Pause. Ain't that that's not what you want? I be trying to figure it out, right?
I'm going to speak on that.
You want your man to provide and protect. So he has to be hard to protect.
So.
But when you're in the house, you want him to be soft. But if he gets too soft, then you attack him to get him to harden up again. Well, let's not act like we've never witnessed that. Right? Let's not act like that's never been a part of how we loved in the past. Not you. I'm just saying.
No, I don't want anybody that's like always like feel like they gotta be on some like thug life type stuff. I don't want that.
Q said it's 45%. She went and looked it up. I don't know.
45%?
45%.
That's not too bad.
That's 50%.
It's better than 70 because 70 is kind of real. Yeah.
70%. I'm talking about that's separated. She's talking about actual divorce. People are separated. Open relationships. People don't want to, some people can't afford the divorce. We bought this house together. We got 30 years.
Yeah.
We're going to stay in this joint until one of us die. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
it's real shit.
You're in the house miserable. He's miserable. But y'all laugh in front of everybody and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Right? But
you know what, though? I feel,
only in America.
You know what? On another note, just to say something about that. I noticed in 40s, like, it's so many people getting divorced in their 40s, like late 30s, early 40s. I don't know if it's that transitional period, like the second chapter of your life, but I noticed like a lot of people's relationships, like that 35, I say 35 to 45 wave is like, I feel like that's the high number. I want to look that up. Like that's when the divorces happen. Between that age.
Aisha Staple asks, what is providing and protecting outside of money and being hard?
I want to answer that. And then
how can you answer that? You're not a man. But go ahead.
I still want to answer because I feel like I know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like provision. Like
that's providing.
Like provision meaning like, say for instance, like whatever your religious beliefs, like having someone that could cover you spiritually. I think that's just as important as finances. I think that is just as important as the physical protection as well.
That's protection. That's still under the same situation. It's a providing and protecting. It's not just money and being hard. If you as a woman are in a relationship with somebody and there's a man that's telling you that all he has to do is go to work and come home and shoot somebody for coming in your front door, you're in a wrong relationship and you already know this. You understand what I'm saying? Because he doesn't know how to talk to you. He doesn't know how to appreciate you. He doesn't know how to take you somewhere. He doesn't know how to protect you around friends. He doesn't know how to pull you back from going out. He doesn't know how to tell you, yo, I wouldn't wear that out tonight. You feel me? Like little things like that. Like he's not praying with you.
So I'm gonna say that depending on how, I'm not going to like dump on the men. I'm just going to say, depending on how you were brought up, man or woman, and say, for instance, if you didn't grow up with any spiritual covering, you're not religious, like you didn't experience that, like then that might be an issue for you. Like it's not that you don't want to do something, you may not have the capacity because nobody covered you unless you learn along the lines. Because, I mean, everybody can't do that.
The people that can't do that, They need to be sifted. It's like going through kitty litter. You know what I mean? You gotta remove all that extra stuff. It's gotta go. We gotta have these conversations. Right now, I am cool with having a couple conversations before we do any touching.
Okay.
Yeah, before we do any touching. Before back in my heyday, it was like, nah, I need to find out if that's good. You feel me? Now, I want to make sure your mental's okay. You feel me? Like, what have you been through? I mean, like, how was your relationship with your dad? How's your relationship with your mom? Your last relationship, why didn't that work? Why are you asking me all these questions? Because I need to know. You want to know about mine? I'll tell you about mine. And I'm going to look you in the eyes when I'm telling you because I need to see you flinch. I need to see you look down. Once you look down while we're having a conversation, it's a wrap. Because now you're thinking. And you don't have to think.
What you mean you don't have to think?
You don't have to think. I'm asking you questions that you should know. How's your relationship with your mom? Oh, my mom was... No.
What if it's a painful, like, okay.
Let me know about the pain. Let me... If you are sitting at a table with me and we're already saying, all right, we're trying to get to know each other, you got to let me know where the pain is so I don't run over that or I don't poke that.
I'm just speaking.
I don't want to poke it. And if I poke it, you see where my neck going. I don't want to poke it because if I poke it, then you get the... I didn't know that was a painful area for you. Like, I apologize for touching that, but you didn't let me know that in the beginning. Why were you hiding that from me? Now, what else are you hiding from me? Then you got... Now, for women, y'all do that. Let a man hide something and not tell you. Now you're like, what else he hiding? Now you go investigating. And what they say? You go looking for something? You're going to find it.
Yeah. Now you get your feelings hurt.
Well, you go through my phone. You doing all types of crazy stuff. Now you know. How you want me to feel after you done went through my phone and found that out? I'm not going to feel like I hurt you. You wanted to know. And that's what you wanted. You didn't trust me. So that's how I view it now. I don't want there to be no secrets between us. I want you to be able to talk to me. So tell me where you hurt.
That's not easy for everybody.
Yeah, well.
Vulnerability is not easy.
Why a couple what? What happened? Ain't no Lord P. That's real. Like it's.
Let me just use me for example.
Let's use you. Come on.
Let's use me for example. We have talked about, my lack of relationship with my mom. Mm-hmm. That is a very touchy subject for me. Right. I don't like talking about it, but I talk about it now because I feel like it could help somebody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I've moved a little bit further in my journey regarding my mom, but that's not something if I was just getting into a relationship, I want to start off my mom don't love me.
Yeah, but that's a mental thing. You know what I mean? It's not like your mom chose to smoke crack and just looked at you while you were sitting over there starving. It mentally, there was something offsetting. You feel me?
Yes.
Something clicked. And after she had the baby, she wasn't the same. That's what happens. That you don't know. And so I understand your fear because you're like, well, what happened? How was she before? And you ask.
Well, I heard she was great with me as a toddler.
Right. And then one day a bird shat on a car and it was over. You feel me? It was different. She saw life different. So for you, I would see why I wouldn't want to have kids because I don't want that shit to click off at me. You feel me? I understand that. You feel me? I wouldn't understand how somebody could look at you and say, why wouldn't you want to have kids? I have all of this behind me. And sometimes to break generational curses, you just let things go. After me, there will be no more.
Wow, that's deep. I didn't even, and see, I say that in regards to trauma, not having children, but I'm like, I don't have kids, but I felt like I was the one, I was literally believed in my heart that I was meant to be the generational curse breaker in my family, whether I have an offspring or not. So since I don't have one, I feel like this is why, even me being on this platform, even in the work that I do, it's God ordained. I'm a high school counselor. I've worked with kids all my life. This is my way of pouring, mothering, auntieing. I just ain't, push a child out my vagina. Right. So I feel like it's purpose in everything I do.
Everything you do. I get that. Quanisha said, why not feel bad about Why not feel bad she found something in your phone? Because she shouldn't have went through my phone. That's why I don't feel bad. Like, she shouldn't have went through my phone. And if she would have gave me a while, I would have broke up with her and told her.
But can I say something?
Go ahead.
Usually when people snoop, there's like, and I know we're going to go
There's a
toe
reason.
for toe. There's
a reason.
intuition. There's something going off in their brain, like whether it's a male or a female. Something's like, yo, like I feel she cheating on me. I feel she doing this. I feel she doing that.
Right.
Man,
I feel that all the time, but I don't go through your phone. I'd rather it not be true. Why? Once you find out that it is true, you're not leaving him. Now you just ruined your relationship.
Yeah. I'm gonna put this disclaimer out there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you decide to snoop, you are definitely going to most likely get your feelings hurt. But be prepared to chuck the deuces if you snoop. Because the thing is, especially if you know, like, if you know you're going to stay, just don't do it.
If I grab her phone and I say I want to go through this phone, I might as well put her phone down and just leave. And just say, I'm done. I don't trust you.
Yeah.
Be honest.
That makes sense.
Rather than go through somebody's phone and everything that you thought is true. And you don't leave.
I actually can say I actually understand.
Why? Why would you do that? If I go through your phone, if I have an inclination that I need to go through your phone, I'm done.
No, I get it.
There's no reason, because I've already convinced myself that you're doing something. Now I need to go through your phone to prove that you're not doing something? And I'll never try. You're hiding it somewhere. Now I don't find anything. What does that turn into? That turns into a fight. Because I know you're doing something, but you got another phone? No, I ain't got no other phone. Why'd you laughing? Because I always laugh when we get into these things. You feel me? Because it's funny. Like, no, I don't have no other phone.
But you also got to think, sometimes we try to save face. Like, nobody wants to have a failed partnership. Not just say in marriage. Like, if you really care about somebody, be it they good, be it they bad, who wants to fail at a relationship? Nobody does.
Nobody, but you fail at a lot of things in life. You need to be okay with that. You do. You fail at a lot of things.
I agree.
That's how you learn to be better.
I agree.
You don't learn to be better by winning every fucking day. You get lazy when you win. You fall back when you win. You feel me? Oh, man, I don't got to go there. I ain't.
No, you got some valid points.
I'm winning. Everything I do, I'm winning. I ain't got it. No, you fail. Oh, I got to get better at this. I got to do this better. I got to follow through. I got to come through. I got to be here. I got to talk. I got to communicate. I got to share. So you got to fail at some shit. Mm-hmm. Why you mad at me because I failed? I'm human.
What they say, sometimes you got to lose to win.
Bro, lose a couple times. I'm not going through no phone. No trust. That is horrible. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. That's just how I feel. If I have to go through your phone, I don't trust you. And
How many times do you think you went through a phone?
Twice.
That sound about right.
Twice. And I was right.
I did it twice. I was right too.
Every time.
Broke my own heart.
People have gone through my phone 4 or 5 times. What the fuck you keep doing that for? To get the... Okay, I understand. It's cool.
Yeah, I'll never do that shit again.
Yeah. Things happen, man. But when we're talking about gender roles, why are we fighting so much? Why are women so defensive? Why do you think women are defensive?
Because we have a lot of responsibilities. We have to. The expectation. Let me just say.
I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna turn my mic off.
The expectation. You are supposed to be a nurturer. You're supposed to be, like definitely like that sweet feminine aura. You're supposed to keep yourself together physically. You're supposed to keep yourself together mentally. If you're a parent, you gotta, be a good parent. Also, if you have a partner, sexually you have to be up to par, you know, please your partner. It's a lot of different pressures that women have, and then they supposed to do everything with a smile, you know, all these responsibilities.
Do you think men have a lot of pressure on them?
I absolutely do.
So we're two pressure-filled people,
Mm-hmm.
but we constantly poke each other. Like, constantly poke each other. To a point where it's not safe to be in the house. To the point where it's not safe to be in the community. To the point where you gonna go? So it's like, no, I don't want to make this hard on you, sis. I know it's hard. I don't need you to be perfect, but I do need you to try. It's like you don't need me to be perfect, but you need to see effort from me.
Absolutely. I agree.
Why can't we agree to that?
Well, sometimes we can't agree to that because of our unhealed trauma, which we always address pretty much all the time. When people come to the table broken and not aware of being broken, because the thing is, we all got shit, right? We all got, no matter how much therapy you do, life coaching, we always going to have stuff that we're carrying.
You're carrying baggage. Everybody has a carry-on.
Everybody's carrying.
Everybody has a carry-on.
When people don't have an awareness
To their carry-on?
to their carry-on, that's
How big
where
it is?
Yeah, that's when the stuff really
When
like,
you on an airplane with somebody, they got a backpack on their back and there's a little bit, and they bumping into everybody. Right.
Yeah,
They pissing people off.
that's the part.
Mm-hmm.
People don't, you know, they're not aware. So it's like, how do you unpack if you're unaware or you're delusional in denial? You have a clue, but you just don't want to face it because unpacking that pain will be like, it might have you on a whole roller coaster. So you don't even want to address that pain. So then then you have, you know, you trying to build with somebody or get to know somebody and your shit ain't right. And then if they come to the table and they shit ain't right, y'all shit is just both messed up, right?
All fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry for cursing. I apologize. Somebody told me the other day I do too much cursing on the radio. I should stop that. I said, are you the FCC? Are you going to find me? She was like, oh, you being smart. And I said, no, ma'am. I'm just asking a question.
I'm just going to speak like, you know, I'm just being very transparent tonight. I feel like the person that I am now, I want to be I always was a safe space for the most part for like children and people that I love. But then there's some areas I feel like I was a little not a safe space.
The Tasmanian devil.
Yeah. So like in my romantic, you know, relationship. So I feel like I pride myself on being a safe space, not just for children, but that made me, I had to go within. You know,
pull it
like,
out. That's where it is.
And like do it my own pain so I could be like, all right, I want to show up better.
But that's why you were doing it. You were pushing people away from wanting to get close to you because you did not trust yourself fully.
Well, why should I? Why should
Why
I?
would you?
Because
Right.
why should I?
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
Right. Why would you? Why should you? But now, because you've been able to understand that you are someone different,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can handle things differently.
Absolutely.
Now you don't have a problem with letting somebody get close to you. You know what I mean? So we go through this. Like, I dealt with it, right? I never wanted anyone to love me because I didn't know how long I would live. You know what I mean? And I think I'm going to be honest and say, I don't know if most men feel that way. I know I did. My father died at 37. How much of a future did I?
Right.
I said, I'm going to die at 37.
Very young.
You feel me? Like,
right.
not realizing how fucking young 37 was.
That's really young.
I started the radio station at 37 years old. You feel me? So it's like, damn, okay. I was still here. And that's when I realized, oh, I was tripping. You feel me? Because I could have been done this. Now I'm going to do it now, and I really don't know how long I got. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the fear of hurting others causes us to protect ourselves and hurt others still. You know what I mean? So, I'm just, for me, I understand that now. I get that. Yes, you have to know your worth, right? Put God first, be honest with self, and have the wisdom to know the difference, right? So I would love for us as men and women to agree to some things. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And get some things done. Because that's what's wrong with our community, right? Mom and dad are fighting. The kids are watching mom and dad fight. The kids go out and fight. All the anger that mom and dad have, we done pass it down. Now we got little anglets running around. They're not fully developed fires yet, but if they come together in a group, guess what happens? They can spark something.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? So now we got all these little anglets running around, and our kids are mad and upset and lost and pissed, and it's like, damn.
Well, we have to start interrupting the regular scheduled program, the programming that we've been doing for years.
Who wants to be honest about the programming, though? Because even the program is interesting to watch if you love drama.
Absolutely.
So who's going to be able to step in front of that? They've already shot down all of our people. You feel me? When we were younger, we had shows on TV about a man and a woman being together. Mm-hmm. I'm going to just use it. Cosby Show.
Yeah, that was a great show.
For me, after my dad died, Bill Cosby was like my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's probably a lot of other men that felt the same way.
Theo was like my brother. Like, damn, Theo, what you doing? You feel me? Mm-hmm. When that show went off, I don't know when that show ended. I'd say by 97 it was over, right? I guess. I don't know. When I started watching TV, I wasn't watching TV no more. I was out in the street. So I wasn't worried about what was happening on the Cosby Show and what I was getting and what I was learning. But to interrupt the regularly scheduled programming takes strong men and women standing together.
Absolutely.
Right? To stand in the gap so the kids don't fall in the gap, right? Well, who wants to stand in the gap? Who wants to have feet prints on top of their forehead, on top of their head? Who wants to be stepped on?
I feel like some people are chosen to be that in that role. Not that they want it. Sometimes we are assigned the roles by God that we didn't really sign on. We didn't sign on from we don't want that role.
Right.
But God put something in us to be that person. Mm-hmm. I do agree with that. Yeah. Think about people that are in ministry. Some people might be like, I never wanted to be a pastor, or I never wanted to do this, I never wanted to do that. And then they find themselves in that position leading and helping others. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we have assignments that we didn't even think that we were ready for.
Right.
But they assignments nevertheless.
Mm. I like assignments. I felt like God gave me one with starting a radio station. And no blueprint, no nothing, just started.
You are the blueprint. I'm just trying to tell you that.
Yeah, I don't feel as though I am the complete blueprint. I feel like there are other people. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like to build a truly unique web, can't just use my webbing. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. I get that.
I need the webbing of others. You feel me? Like that's when we can cast a wide net, and we can really fish, and we can really feed the people. You feel me? We need these stories. We need to be motivated. We need to be shown. We need things to be talked about. And so, yeah, I'm the blueprint for the beginning, but I don't think I'm the blueprint to fish.
I get that.
You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, let's get some new people up here. Let's get some new podcasts up here. Let's get some new energy out there. You feel me? Like, let's talk about the different things in our community that we are faced with. Trying to do a podcast called Champions. Ms. Lynn came up with that idea. She's like, how come you don't never do? I said, well, let's sit down and put it together. See, there are content creators everywhere. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel. Our community is full of content creators. Let's talk about what we want to talk about. I said, I told her, I don't have to be the host. Mm-hmm. You know somebody? Not really. All right, well, let's plan to start in September. I'll put it up like I'm the host. You feel me? And promote it and to get people to want to be on it. Mm-hmm. I got tons of phone calls talking about it. Like, damn, I like that idea. You feel me? Inboxes. Oh, I would love to be. Come on. Let's not play with it. Let's talk about how you're battling lupus. Let's talk about how you're battling this. You're a champion. You feel me? Like,
I think that could be definitely helpful to our community.
so, like, I know there are so many people in our community. And because there are so many people in our community, there are so many people that can help. Right? We're talking about, my brother Abdul Wakil. He was doing this show on Sundays. You know what I mean? I would love for somebody to come from a church and do a show. This is a non-judgmental zone. I don't care what group you represent. As long as you ain't coming up here pulling out no guns and beating no women up or trying to do all that stuff, you feel me? Like, as long as it allows positivity in and out, if positivity can flow through, I have no problem with it.
And I think you have an eye for that, like for seeing people's potential. I
didn't at first.
Listen, because I mean, who would have ever thought that I would be behind the mic? When I first came on here, I was nervous as hell. But you took a chance on me. I feel like you give a lot of people opportunities. Like
everybody deserves opportunity. I don't think I'm the only person that deserves opportunity. You feel me? You even deserve an opportunity doing it on your own if you would rather do it on your own. I get that. But if you're really trying to reach people, you feel me? Like, certain things need to be done in-house. You feel me? Now, you could put it wherever you want to put it. You feel me? On your personal page. But I just feel like to do that, you need to trust in somebody else. We're talking about gender wars. Men and women. Not men versus women. So that's how I do. I love to talk to people. I love to communicate with people. I don't shoot a person's idea down. You feel me? If you got energy to bring it here, then we got energy to let it rock. Now, how long we going to be able to go? I don't know. You know what I mean? Because you might get disturbed. I might get disturbed. We got to try to find some money. You ain't looking for it. I'm looking for it. And if I'm looking for it, whose money is it?
Right.
We ain't looking for it together. So I don't know why we fight like we do. I don't.
Well, I think it also the relationship you have with yourself. That it's everything. Like I always say, like everything starts and begins with you. I feel like I have a healthy relationship with myself. Therefore, I'm able to not only to attract healthy connections, but to maintain. Because it's one thing to attract. It's another thing to maintain. Maintaining takes work, whether it's a platonic situation or romantic. Like, you can attract all you want, but can you maintain with fidelity at that? Because some people, again, we all have a story. We all have worn masks at a certain point, but how long can you wear that mask?
I ain't wearing no. That's why I say I'm honest. This is where I'm at right now. Right? I'm not trying to keep you here if you don't want to be here. You can leave. You feel me? Like I've learned that after so many years of trying to be a partner and trying to be in the same situation. Anytime you mess up, people are always quick to tell you can leave. You feel me? So I tell you can leave. You ain't even got to mess up. You can be 100. You can go. You can go. Yeah. Because not only do I realize it's more outside. You feel me? Like there are more people outside.
But do you also think that could be like a coping mechanism?
No, it's not. I'm not coping with anything. What am I coping? Give me the coping mechanism that is from.
Because I'm not saying you currently have abandonment wounds, but we've talked on the podcast that we both have dealt with abandonment wounds.
Right.
So it's easy to kind of say like you can go because it's like you're used to people going. So somebody, it's easy for you to say, oh, get out my face. You can go. You can skedaddle. I don't
think you can have it both ways.
What you mean?
Because I never wanted to leave because I had abandonment issues. Now I'm telling people they can go and it's because of my abandonment issues.
It could go both ways. Why don't you think it could go both ways? Because
that's not fair. I was keeping people around me because I had abandonment issues. Now I'm giving you the freedom to go, and it's because of my abandonment.
Because maybe you're trying to protect yourself because maybe so many people have hurt you.
Yeah, I'm
trying to hurt you in a way. So it's like, I'm going to get rid of you before you get rid of me.
No, it's not a get rid of me because I'm not going to do anything that's going to upset you because I've already told you the truth. I've already told you what I like and what I don't like. I already told you what I want and what I don't want. So if you get upset at me, it's over something that you want, not receiving something that you want. And I want you to get what you want so you can leave. If I'm lying, if somebody thinks that's,
I was about to say if I'm lying, I'm lying.
No, I'm no. If somebody feels like that's bullshit, then let me know how you feel like. But that's how can it be both ways? That's not fair. That's really not fair.
Life isn't fair.
Oh, come on. Don't do that.
It's not.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Life is fair.
Who said?
It is.
Why is it?
Because it is. Life gives you what you put out. You put out bad energy, you get bad energy.
What about people that just get dealt a bad hand? Because I know people sometimes get dealt a bad hand and they didn't.
Yeah,
period.
I know. I feel sorry for those people. You gotta stand up.
You gotta stand up.
Yeah. Sometimes the water's not as deep as you think it is.
That was a whole bar.
I know.
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you your credit though.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right.
Both can be right. See, only people that feel like both can be right are people that accept both. I can't accept both. I can't say I wasn't healing from my abandonment issue and it caused me to stay in the situation. Then after I go through therapy and I heal my abandonment situation and I'm telling people it's okay, you can leave, that's still because of my abandonment issue.
So sometimes we can go through therapy. And this is the thing. One of my bestie, she always says, like, we're not healed until we get to the kingdom. So, again, we could do all this, and everybody's beliefs is different. Some people may not have a belief system, but if you do have a belief system, nobody is ever going to be completely healed while we're on this earth. We can do all the work, we can do all the therapy, all the things, and still, there's still certain things that could trigger us. There's still certain things like, yeah, pretty much.
So you know that.
Yes.
You know the traumas that you've had.
Yes.
I know the traumas that I've had.
Of course.
Let's go back to that airplane person walking around in their bag, bumping people. Mm-hmm. I walk up to her and I say, let me help you take your bag off your back.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Taking her bag off her back. It hurts. Right? She noticed she got, like, it's pain back there.
Yeah.
So now we sit down, we understand her pain. I know there's no way I'm going to find somebody out here that doesn't have trauma. Everybody has been affected by trauma.
In some way, yeah.
Whether or not you choose to acknowledge it is different.
Absolutely.
Whether or not you choose to talk about it is different.
Absolutely.
And I don't want you around me if you can't talk about your trauma. If you can't heal it and go to therapy and figure out the things that set you off. Because you don't even know your triggers if you can't talk about your trauma.
Because you can't heal what you don't reveal.
Come on, man.
Bars.
No, I'm not. So, again, the water ain't as deep as you think it is. I need you to stand up. I had that conversation with my daughter at the hospital. I said, baby, we working. Like, put your feet on and we come on. Because you got to strengthen this, your core. Come on, sit up. Come on. She said, oh, my God, I don't want to do. You want to lay in this bed forever? Because they okay with that. The doctors are okay with that. The doctors are okay with laying you in the bed. They did it to you for 8 days.
Wow.
Put you on that Michael Jackson shit and had you knocked the fuck out. Propofol, fentanyl, like Dilaudid. Like, get my daughter off of that. The water ain't as deep. You just said Neuro signed off on her. So if Neuro signed off, they're not worried about anything. Wake my daughter up, please. And take that ventilator out of her fucking throat. Got a picture of her today, walking. So sometimes it's not as bad as you think it is. You just got to be willing to stand up in the water. No more surgeries or nothing until she needs it. If she doesn't need it, we won't know until she wakes up.
But we'll do what I always say: when you change your mindset, you can change your life. Yeah. So the thing is, even though you may say it's not that deep because you've been through some things, but some people, their perspective is like,
do you trust me? You gotta trust me. If you don't trust me, I understand. I'll leave. If you think me trying to get you to stand up is too much, then I'll leave. And you got to figure it out on your own. Because this is where I'm at. You talk about alignment all the fucking time.
Absolutely.
That's alignment.
Absolutely.
If you're laying down on the ground and I'm standing up, are we aligned?
No.
Right. I'm okay with leaving. Before I was never okay with leaving. I would have got down on the ground with you.
But let's clear something up.
Go ahead.
When I talk about alignment, I don't want to seem like somebody's down and you're up, so you just kick them to the curb. I don't.
I got my hand. You just said if they don't want to get up.
Okay.
I'm asking you to stand up. You're saying no. I was standing for a couple weeks talking to you. And if you still don't want to get, I gotta go. I'm gonna miss my bus.
Got you.
I gotta go. I'm sorry. But this is why we argue like we do. This is why women attack the way they do. Oh, then they ain't said that.
But it's all about, this is the thing, we have to unlearn those bad habits. If we was, as a woman, I gotta be real right now. Like, I didn't see a lot of healthy communication, woman and man. But I can't use that as an excuse to say, okay, I'm going to treat men like shit all my life, or I'm going to be disrespectful. Because at the end of the day, it's like, where's my accountability?
You went to therapy. Your therapist probably asked you that. You had to answer. How many healthy relationships do you think you've seen over the course of your childhood?
I can't even.
Couldn't name one.
I can't name one.
I could name one.
That's a blessing.
Right?
So, yeah.
And it wasn't like they didn't argue. They argued, but when they argued, they were arguing about things that made sense. They weren't arguing about who was cheating or who was playing. They were arguing over whether I should get a beating. You know what I'm saying? So I saw the love that they had there. I'm still looking at pictures of my mom and dad. Like, damn, why did it miss me like that? Did I need to drive a taxi cab in New York and be in when my godmom tells me the story of how my mom and dad met? Should I have been in that? My dad was in a phone booth crying, and my mom had to use the phone. You feel me? Like,
oh gosh!
And she was like, "Are you okay in there? Like, is everything all right?" And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I'm coming out, right?" And he was going to get in his taxi, and he asked her if they needed a ride to go somewhere. She was like, "Yeah, we got to get over." He was like, "All right, cool, no problem." And he took him over there for free. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and they talked while they were in the cab. You feel me? Like, so. Damn, did I need to drive a kid? Do I need to be somewhere crying and somebody come up? But nowadays, woman, what's wrong with you? Weak. What's wrong with this nigga? Weak. Why you gotta come bringing all that negative energy? See, back then it was okay to be a woman.
And I think we need to bring that back.
Yeah, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. It's okay. Let's start a hashtag. It's okay to be a woman. It's okay to be soft.
It is, and you know what? I feel like
stop looking for your soft life and thinking your soft life is not doing anything. The fuck?
Tell me, that's how you really feel?
Absolutely. My soft life is not working and just sitting in the house and then I say, now you're sitting in the house. What are you supposed to do when you're in the house? Nothing. Crickets. You feel me? That's a soft life. I'm not supposed to do anything.
Who said that?
I'm just saying, I asked that question. What are you going to do when you're in the house?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Soft life? Like, what you mean, like not working?
Yeah.
I'm always going to work, so
okay.
I'm always going to work.
So you're not looking for a soft life. You're looking for a soft relationship. You're looking for...
I want partnership.
Not a check to check. You're looking for space. You feel me? You're looking for opportunity. You're looking for love. You're looking for vacation. You're looking for a good feeling inside of your home. I think everyone's looking for that. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants that, but nobody knows how to get it. And you think giving your box up will get you that?
No,
not you. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, like,
I feel like partnership. This is something going back to the gender roles. Like, I think I said to you, it's so many men out here that are working like multiple jobs to provide. And like, you think about people that, and it's unfortunate, like their lifespan sometimes are cut short from stress, from working and slaving, but having the responsibilities of a family, having to provide. With that being said, I feel like if you are in a relationship, you are supposed to be your partner's helpmate. I don't want my partner to have to work multiple jobs if he doesn't have to. If something I could take off of his plate because I want him to live long, then I'm willing to do that. Like partnership. I'm not looking for somebody to sponsor me. I'm not looking for somebody to carry all the heaviness. Let's carry this load together. Let's be partners in life. Let's take care of one another. Let's be responsible for one another. I think that's important. I mean, and I know that might go against, certain gender roles.
Right.
But I feel like also people have to do what works for their home, their situation. So to each their own, like whatever works for whoever. But for as me is concerned, like that's the type of that's how I'm moving, and I feel like that works for me and mine.
I think that's a pride versus partnership situation. Everybody has pride, right? And pride is a sin. And when you get into a partnership with somebody, you shouldn't be prideful, right? You should be prideless. You feel me? Like pride can still be there, but it's just less of it. But, you know what I mean? You're proud of your woman. You feel me? You got pride in your woman. You feel me? You got pride. You're proud of your man. You got pride in your man. You're proud of your woman for working as hard. You're proud of your woman for knowing how to cook. Man, somebody saying they having a barbecue. You like, babe, can you? You feel me?
Put her thing down.
Yeah, babe. My husband gonna be like, damn, man, who made this salad? Yeah. My wife.
Right.
My chick. You feel me? Like wifey did that. Yep. You feel me? So the pride should still be there. It should just not be as, I guess, poignant or pointed at your partner. You know what I mean?
I think you got a valid point because I can definitely relate to that. Right. Like I have a sense of pride when it comes to my partner. And I can definitely it's so funny when my dad had a barbecue last 4th of July and a lot of my family and friends was like, when your boyfriend walks in, when you walk in the room, your boyfriend's face just lights up. And that just made me feel good. Like, people peep that. You know what I'm saying?
Why wouldn't they?
And I'm like,
why wouldn't they?
That's mine right there.
Why wouldn't they?
But, if I wasn't who I was, I might not have that.
You might not have saw that.
Right.
You might not have felt that.
Right.
You feel me? Because nobody else has lit up when you walked in the room. But you were looking for different things then. You know what I mean?
I feel like, I'm not saying I haven't had that, but I guess where my mind was at, it's one thing somebody looking at you and they looking at you like lustfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, she look good, like in a lustful way. But somebody where you see, like when they see you, it's like,
yeah, that's mine.
That's mine. Yeah, it's just different.
It could be the same look. It's men. You think men are that deep? We're not. I know it sounds good. It feels good for women to think a man could be that, but we're not. You feel me?
Well, I'm not a man, so you might be right.
And for any man that wants to come up here and say they're that deep, come on up here, right? Because I wanna call bullshit. I'm gonna call bullshit on that. Not saying you can't be deep. Not saying you can't love a person. Not saying you can't want a person. But it gets very hard, right, to want a person to appreciate you. The door is open if you could bring it in.
Yeah.
So relationships happen, and love is given, but how do you receive it? Right? How do you receive that person's love? So, pride versus partnerships, man. We need to appreciate each other. We need to pour into each other and stop pointing at each other. Stop talking about what women don't do. Stop talking about what men don't do. And let's start helping each other. And I think that will save our community.
Absolutely.
That will save all of us. You feel me? So.
And let's learn how to communicate with one another in a healthy manner. Like the dialogue that you and I have, I feel like is very healthy and it's very needed. Like, they say, men and women often, we do have different ways we communicate, different styles, but just being able to have open dialogue, and not feeling ashamed about expressing yourself. It's important.
I just, more than anything, I just want people to drop the whole gender roles. I just felt like y'all was attacking me last week.
Really?
Yeah. Like everything I was saying was like, no, because that's not how women want to be viewed. No, that's not how women want to. And what I was saying was, my mother was a nurturer.
Mm-hmm.
That was
her role.
Her role. She didn't have a problem with staying in her role. She had a husband that she didn't expect to die. So when he died, that shook her role. That was the only role she knew how to do. She wasn't trying to learn a new role.
So that's my point, what I was bringing up earlier. So again, I don't know your mom's history as far as her mom and how she was brought up. So I don't know if she's mimicking what she saw in whoever raised her.
My grandma was the same way.
So
my grandma was a nurturer, so I got double nurture. I got nurture from my mom, you feel me? And then when I felt as though my mom, lashed out at me because she was hurting, you know what I mean? I went to my grandma. And my grandma took me in and nurtured me some more. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
so you know what? I feel like, again, your mom's shoes will never be filled. Your grandmom's shoes will never be filled. And I think, like, you're my friend, and I listen to you about, like, your mom and your grandma. Those are hard shoes to fill. I feel like any woman that's been with you
never had to fill those shoes.
It's not about feeling those shoes, but, like, you're someone that's used to nurturing. Like, you had that foundation, grandmom and mom.
And my godmothers and my aunts. So again, and I had a lot of nurturing around. So
again, even though you say you don't have a standard, you don't have an expectation, right?
No.
You don't. But that's what you was used to. You had that. So I feel like, although you might not come out your mouth and say,
guess what?
I want you to be a nurturer.
Guess what?
But
all the women I've ever dealt with, none of them were nurturers. None of them. And I'm gonna be honest.
One. That's probably why certain things. That's a big part of why you probably clash with a lot of them.
Not one, and they could get mad at me and feel some type of. It wasn't a clash. It wasn't. We didn't. I didn't clash.
But that's something that you actually probably require in order to function healthily.
No.
You don't. So
no, because you gotta. Okay, when I was running the street, I didn't love myself.
So now you do love yourself.
So now I do love myself. So now I am looking for a nurturer. I am looking for someone to be able to fill me back up. You feel me? Like, give me, and I say it all the time, give me a safe space to land. I'm floating around up here. Like, I have to land. I have missile radar on my shit. So if it says guns are pointed at me, I'm gonna be like, yo, can you lower your guns? Like, I need to land. I need to land and unload this plane and refuel because I got to take off in the morning and do everything that I have to do out here.
But have you ever sat and thought about that? Like, Dag, I had the foundation of my mom was a nurturer, my grandmother was a nurturer, I had aunties, I had godmom, I had whatever. Right. And then I turn around and the relationships I've gotten into, they didn't have that. Did you ever unpack that?
Everybody that I've dealt with in a relationship type form was pre therapy. You feel me? Really therapy.
So you wasn't even thinking on those terms. Okay, got you.
No, I wasn't. And I apologize to all of them. I said it would have never worked with us anyway. Because I'm looking for a certain type of woman and you just don't give me that. But I get it. My bad. I apologize. Yeah, so, I'm not mad at anybody. I can never be mad at anybody.
You're never mad at anybody. And I'd be like, you have the right to be mad.
No, mad at them for what? They weren't capable of filling shoes that you said I needed to fill. You feel me?
So let's normalize having our feelings, and it's okay, whether they be wrong or right. You can be mad. You can be mad. You could be mad. You could be sad. You could be happy. You could be whatever you want to be.
I'm typically okay. Right?
You're okay even when you're not okay.
I'm okay because I know every morning I wake up. It's another day. I got to get something else done. I got to talk to somebody. You woke me up. What you want me to do? I ask him that every morning. Some mornings, some mornings he give me, all right, I need you to say this. I need you to feel this way. I need you to put this energy out there, right?
I'm glad that you don't stay down long. I'm glad that you don't like dwell on like negative feelings. But
I've already been there.
But sometimes I feel like you minimize how you feel.
You should. You should.
Why should you minimize how you feel?
I'm saying, what I'm saying is, it's not a complete, minimizing is not wiping away. Minimizing is just putting it where it belongs. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm asking God, what is it that you want me to do today? You feel me? Like, who is it that you want me to talk to today? I minimize how I feel because my feelings are a reaction of somebody else's feelings. You know what I mean? So it takes two feelings to come together to have a reaction. So I'm just trying to understand your feelings, because once I understand your feelings a little bit more, my feelings, not to say my feelings don't matter.
But sometimes I feel like that's you put your feelings on a.
But not to say that my feelings don't matter. I understand that I need to give your feelings a little bit more time, because they're my feelings. I'm always going to have them. I've been this person since I was younger. I've been the one to give. I've been the one to do, right? Majority of my father and my mother thought I would have been a pastor at a church. They knew, yeah, he'll be a pastor. My father was like, no, he's going to be a doctor. You feel me?
So this is a pattern of you. You said, I've been this person. I've been this person. But has it worked for you?
It has. It has.
Okay.
Right? I was just, so I thought about this the other day. I just had 2 jobs, $150,000 a year. 2025 was the best year of the radio station, right? The nonprofit. If I would have kept both jobs and came into 2025, it would have been $300,000. You understand what I'm saying? So what I was trying to do could work. It could absolutely work. Like, wow, shit. And that's me just being me. Not being somebody else. Not doing something else. Just me being me. Giving opportunities and giving people an opportunity and the space to grow.
Okay.
So God takes care of me. My Creator takes care of me. He gives me blessings every day. As somebody called me yesterday and said, yo, I rolled past your house and God told me to give you a call. Do you need anything? I said, I need a lot. She came back, turned the car around, came around and said, all right, yep, let's do that. No problem. So I think with my mom being upstairs, with my grandma, with the people that loved me, right? Being on top, I got a whole bunch of people tilting in my favor, tilting things in my favor. So I'm not worried about nothing.
Okay.
Like literally, right? So if I'm not worried about nothing, God got me.
Of course you
My
do.
Creator got me. I'm good.
All right.
Right? I ain't arguing over nothing, fussing over nothing. Did I do something? I apologize. Why you apologizing? If I did something, I didn't mean to do it. Like, you got to talk to me. What happened? And people don't like that. People want to be mad. People want to be in their attitude. They want to be in their zone because that gives them more control. They still not in control.
When you carry anger and stuff, you block. I feel like you
block your blessings.
For sure.
You block your blessings. You block things that are meant for you. You block things that are meant to help you. And then it falls apart. So that's it. I lost my mother. I lost my cover. I lost that person that I could go to. I'm not looking for a replacement because I was looking for that person outside of my mother. Once I lost my mother, I realized, damn, it's even more of me exposed.
That's real.
You feel me? So, I realized, and I was mad at my mom when I was growing up. Like, we didn't talk about that. Mad at my mom when we was growing up. I wanted to go, I had a 75% paid scholarship to go to Malvern Prep. And you sent me to Chester High. Mad at my mom. For years. Majority of the stuff that I did was to get back at my mom.
Did you ever share with that?
Yes. share that with her. She knew I was mad. She knew I was mad. She knew what I was doing. But after I went to therapy, I realized it wasn't her fault. She was going through something. Nigga, she lost her husband. Nigga. If you lost your dad and you were that upset over losing your dad, imagine how the fuck she felt. My therapist didn't tell me that. I told myself that. I'm like, damn. Look how much they were in love, bro. Just imagine that being ripped from you. And it kind of was. Not in the same way, but how would you feel? I guess that's why I ended up doing all the crazy shit I did. Why I stopped caring.
Do you ever feel like you chased what you saw your mom and dad have? Did you ever feel like you was looking for that, what you saw in a short time that, like, you know, you got to see them happily and in love, that you like always was looking for like a relationship that would kind of be similar to that? You look like, do you feel like you were striving
in the beginning? Yeah. And then once I realized I couldn't have it, I was over it.
How heartbreaking was that when you finally came to like this? Like, I'm not, I want this, but it just seems like it's not in the cards.
It wasn't. I didn't come to that realization because I think it's still out there. I don't think it's over for me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm 46. I'm old.
You're still young.
That shit. I got severe sleep apnea, so I gotta go get my sleep study. Right, I gotta go get my sleep study.
CPAP machine on.
Put my CPAP machine on and get some real sleep. You feel me? Like, but now he said I stopped breathing. I went to him Monday, yesterday, 185 times in an hour.
Jesus.
I said, damn, I ain't breathing.
Are you tired a lot?
I'm tired. He said, tired a lot, headache a lot. That's why he said, that's probably why you had 2 strokes. So 2 years ago today, 4 years ago today, I had my strokes. Wow. I had the first stroke at night. Wow. I went to the bar and had a drink, and I was drunk. I said, damn, this motherfucking shit. Like, couldn't see out my eye like this. Jesus. And the next day I get up, everything was good. Running around. Now I can't talk. Yeah, I couldn't talk. Right. So you
definitely have some testimonies because you've been through a lot, and like you don't look like even a fraction of what you've been through.
If I looked like what I've been through, I'll probably look like that thing on Lord in the Rings. You know, the my pretty. Like, I'll be balled over like that, right?
Wow.
One for falling in love because I fell in love young.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And that proved not to. That was partially my fault. I can own that, right? I didn't know where to place my love. I just placed it anywhere. Sometimes you can take responsibility for being in a space that you knew you shouldn't have been. Facts. You feel me? And you gotta own that. So absolutely, you know, I'll never put 100% onus blame on anybody for any situation that I was in. I own parts of that. You know what I mean? That's right. But yeah, I'll be him with the ring. Like, just bent over. You feel me? Like trying to figure out the best way to get over. And still. So but yeah, life is painful. I talked about this, and I talk about this with my daughter. I'm trying to make it pain worthy. You know what I mean? You got to go through pain. You got to deal with pain. You're gonna be dealing with pain for the rest of your life. Right? There's gonna be so much pain you deal with, right? But is it pain worthy? Right? Is it worthy of this pain? Because I'm not going through no pain no more if it ain't worthy.
Do you believe in the art of alchemy?
Being able to turn it into, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think that I have that skill. You know what I mean?
I think we all have
when you come and you get in a relationship with another partner and you're aligned, that skill is refined. Y'all both have hands on something special. It's like with your children. You feel me? It's like that's how I see alchemy. You feel me? Like we have this child. It's my job to teach this young girl or boy how to control their emotions. Right? It's your job to nurture them. It's my job to teach them how to survive out there in the street. It's your job to nurture them, to teach them, educate them. You feel me? Love on them, teach them how to heal themselves. You feel me? Like, if we don't do that, if we don't do our jobs, then our children are not complete. Now we got children, like I said, we got little anglets running out because they see us argue with them. We didn't even try to put our hand on our kid. Oh, we bought them nice clothes and nice shoes and got their hair done, but we didn't put our hands on them. We didn't try to turn them into good humans moving forward. That's what we don't do anymore. So if you talk about alchemy, that's alchemy to me. Putting your hand on your kid.
How important do you think frequency is when it comes to like the law of attraction?
I think it's very important, right? But you got to know your own frequency to know the frequency of somebody else.
But often, sometimes we find out our frequency by the partners that we pick, and that's sometimes the humdinger when you be like,
Nah, I feel like your frequency goes up or down depending on the partner that you pick. You should know your own frequency. You should know where you're at. You should know what you like to do, where you like to go. All that's frequency. What you like to listen to, what you like to look at.
If you got someone, like that's just like if you got with someone and you were in a lot of pain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You met somebody and you were not even really ready to be in the situation and you were in a lot of pain and you happened to end up being with someone. Most likely, that person probably has a lot of pain too. So y'all.
You just like to bring up car crashes. Yeah. That's an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah, but it happens. It happens all the time.
It does happen when a person is not aware of their frequency. That's what you go to therapy for, to find your frequency, to find your tone, to find what moves you, to find what you like, to find your love language, to find what you want to do.
But some people find it without therapy.
Bullshit. Did you find it without therapy? See, now you're speaking for some people that ain't.
Some people.
It's therapy is not just going and talking to a therapist. Therapy is sitting in a group talking about your addiction. Therapy.
No, I get that.
Therapy
comes in different.
Is talking to your pastor. Therapy is giving yourself to your church and dedicating your life to service. That's all therapy, bro. Because you're gonna learn what you like to do. You're going to learn. If you're the type of person that wants to dedicate their life to service, then you get your frequency. You understand what you're supposed to do. You're listening to what's coming through.
Well, see, I've done multiple things. I've done therapy. I've done healing circle. I did sound healing. I've done.
Did a sound bath?
Yeah,
I did the sound bath Friday
really?
at John Hines.
How was it?
I didn't go. I couldn't go. I was with my daughter. It was Sunday? I think it was Sunday.
And I did divorce care, which was 12 weeks for like people that are
divorce care.
Yeah, it was like a actual like a group therapy thing for like people that are divorced or like headed to divorce and trying to like calibrate and be ready for like a healthy relationship in the future. I did all of that. For 12 whole weeks.
Yeah, I now believe
for 2 hours.
Yeah, I now believe
a session.
I don't want to start a relationship without me and my partner going to therapy. Because now we get that mediator. Mm. And it's very hard to find a mediator that's not on either one of our side. It's very hard for me to get her cousin or my cousin to sit in the middle of us and listen to our, you understand what I'm saying? The things that we like. In the beginning, we get everything out. Let's just get everything out. Let's just empty out our trucks. And I'll say it from the rip. Man, I got 8 kids. I share those 8 kids with 5 beautiful women. I love them. Not for the sake of wanting to touch them, but for the sake of my children. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like, I was a cheater. I was a liar. I was a manipulator. I did all that stuff. I'm not trying to do it no more. I'm trying to have a conversation. If you're willing to work with me, we can work on some shit. We can get some shit done. But if you're not willing to work with me, then, let me go. Now, that's a part of my abandonment issues. No, that's a part of me understanding what I need and knowing that I ain't got a whole lot of time. So I ain't got time to sit here and play with you. I ain't got time to sit here and guess. I ain't guesstimating, and I'm not guessing. I'm telling you. Facts. How you feel? What they saying on there? You on the live or no?
My phone. I was on it.
I was on it too. And my phone rang. I don't know what's happening, but I don't think nobody said anything. But no, the things that we need to do are real. Ooh.
Let me get back on the live. I had it on and then it just clicked off.
Ooh. Yeah, so that's what we were talking about tonight. Just bringing peace back into our relationships. I know it's hard.
You gotta have peace within yourself before you can be able to be peaceful towards anybody else. Like the thing is, like we talk about relationships, but like I can't stress it. The most important relationship you gotta have is with yourself.
Absolutely. And I didn't have that at first. I was a type of person that believed what I heard. Right. So when I got in the Chester High. I was a nerd. I was a dork. I was a geek. You feel me? And I was trying to fight against that. So how do you fight against that? You gotta go to the other side.
Right.
And that's why I say, for I love Star Wars, but I only love the dark side. Okay. I don't have time to be a good guy. You feel me? Like so, Darth Vader. Yeah, I always wish I could do that. Let's choke him from across the. But yeah, I fell in love with Star Wars, man, and that's how I escaped. I escaped into that world, and my friends was always like, "Yo, why you? I'm going over here," because I had white friends. I had friends that oh man, they playing Star Wars. Oh, I'm going. You feel me? I would leave the block and go.
Wow.
You feel me? And then later I found out that certain people like certain things, so I would come back and you feel me. That's how I got onto the main line. You feel me? With the doctors and the lawyers and all that good stuff. But I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know what was happening. I just allowed it to take me wherever it took me. Now I wish it never took me anywhere.
But you lived and you learned.
Yes, you definitely live and learn. That's life. That's life. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. This has been another great episode of Uncomfortable Conversations. On this episode, we talked about gender roles. We also talking about our roles in relationships and how we can bring the men and the women closer together. You get into a relationship with expectations, you get hurt. You go into a room with expectations, you get hurt. So leave your expectations at the door, wherever you're going in, and just allow things to happen. And if you don't like them, you can leave. Anything you want to say?
I just want to say again, thank you for those who consistently tune in, and another gentle reminder: you can't heal what you don't reveal. I hope that we can continue to have these uncomfortable conversations, and I look forward to the guests that we'll be having coming up soon. And
next week we got Quanisha Swiggett.
Yay!
And then on the 30th we have an author coming through, right?
Okay.
We're gonna talk to her. We'll get to promoting her and talk about her book.
Okay.
Right. And, listen, if you want to be a guest on Uncomfortable Conversations, hit us up. Inbox. You can hit Drea B up, Andrea Brown on Facebook.
Yep,
you can
on
hit
Facebook.
Pierre up, CMP. I'm about to change my name on Facebook.
What you going
To my regular name, Jean Pierre.
Jean.
I'm tired of people asking me my name.
Really?
Like they don't know me. They CMP. I'm tired of people calling me that too. Like I have a name.
You have like a very polished nice name.
Yeah, I have a nice name.
Yeah. You was that name.
Everybody always used to say, "Oh, we know Pierre gonna get a job."
That's that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the official name.
When I was younger, it matched. As I got older, and that's the sleep apnea. It didn't took my memory. I forgot how to, Once when I get the CPAP machine,
You're gonna be back.
I'll be back.
You got this.
CMPradio.net, man. You already know this is Uncomfortable Conversations. And on uncomfortable conversations, we have the loud conversations quietly so that we can hear each other speak. We're not out to point fingers at anybody. We're not out to tear anybody down. We're just out to say what we see and how we want to see it and how we want it to continue going. Catch us next Tuesday, 7:15. Yeah, we'll start sometime between there. We will get down to a specific time. Don't rush us. We're working over here. CMPRadio.net. Thank you, Drea. Appreciate you. I'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Peace.